We finally got official word from Six Flags. Kingda Ka will be closed. Well, Kingda Ka is officially closed. Not only that, Kingda Ka, along with Green Lantern, Zumanjaro, Twister, Parachutes, and the Skyway will also be removed. Before I continue, welcome to Coasters and Travels, where I talk about roller coasters, theme parks, and travels. If that sounds good to you, please consider subscribing. While you're at it, give this video a like. It's free and it greatly helps the channel out. So let's talk about Kingda Ka now that it's officially closed. This is definitely the end of an era for sure. As far as coaster enthusiasts, that was kind of like an icon of a very awesome era back in the mid 2000s. For those who wasn't there back in the early 2000s, that was probably the best time to be a coaster enthusiast. I mean, we were eating back then, man. It's like we had a lot of competition between Six Flags and Cedar Fair before they merged. I mean, if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for the competition, we wouldn't have rides like Kingda Ka, Top Thrill Dragster, Millennium Force, and so forth and so forth. Man, it was really a time to be an enthusiast because Intamin was definitely on their innovation kick, and they were doing a lot of like intense rides that enthusiasts love. And I think the main reason why some enthusiasts get disappointed when it comes to like certain roller coasters is because of that era. Both companies were competing, and they were trying to like get the best rides out there, and it was just an awesome time. Not saying that times now has been any worse. I know that we're more into family coasters now. We're like in the family coaster era. But if you think about it, all of the thrill coasters we got now was from that past era. So it's like, okay, we've done all the thrill coasters. Now it's kind of time to move on to a different era. But as far as Kingda Ka, only rode one ride, and that was back in 2015, November, actually the last day of Six Flags Great Adventure, like before they closed. I think before they closed. I don't know if they had Holiday in the Park back in 2015. Let me know in the comments if that's the case. But yeah, I think it was the final day of operation at the time. And yeah, I remember that one ride on Kingda Ka in the front row. That launch was something I never expected or I never felt ever in my life. It was extremely forceful. It blew me away. I just was very shook when I got off my ride, my one and only ride. Now I know many people had gathered to Great Adventure this year, well near the end of this year, to try to get their final ride due to other content creators warning people that, okay, you might want to get your last rides in because Kingda Ka may close. To be honest, I didn't believe it because even though they're creditable, I'm not saying that they're not, but at the same time, always was the type to wait for official word. And considering I'm not really that close to Six Flags Great Adventure for me to try to make that visit anyway, I just chopped it up as wait and see. I'll wait until until we hear something official, which honestly, now I think about it, it's kind of scary that we have not gotten a warning from official word. We had to get warning from content creators before Six Flags said something, and they didn't even tell us directly. They did it via a press release. And I'm thinking to myself, what is going on with their PR department that they could not officially just say, hey guys, just a heads up, Kingda Ka will be closing this year permanently. And do you know how many people would have tried, including myself, had I known soon? Even though I just said it's too far, but listen, a ride like that's a really big ride in the coaster enthusiast world. I probably would have tried to make that trip myself if I had the means. I feel like they kind of slapped the fans in the face a bit, but at the same time, I get that they're newly formed. This is their first year doing business as a conglomerate. So I kind of understand there's some things they may not be able to do right now due to the new structure, but I still felt like even after it closed, after the ride closed, they could have at least gave us a confirmation or something. They didn't have to take it through a press release. But I digress. The news is out and everyone knows, so it's like, okay, we can relax. We cannot fight each other and on social media about if you believe it or not, which was silly in the first place. If you believed it, you did. If you didn't, you didn't. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, an era is over, and I'm a little sad. Of course, anytime a roller coaster closes, I'm going to be sad, especially a major coaster like Kingda Ka. Glad I got my one ride back in 2015. Some people have never ridden Kingda Ka, so I'm fortunate to get my one ride. So all of this is getting removed for a multi-world record breaking launch roller coaster that's coming in 2026. So it's going to break more than one record. Okay, what records are there to break? The only thing they can break is probably records in the United States, because as soon as Falcon Flight open at Saudi Arabia, they're going to get, I think they're going to get the record for the fastest and the tallest roller coaster in the entire world. Ain't nobody going to come close to that. So I can kind of understand why maybe Great Adventure decided, or Six Flags Entertainment decided to close Kingda Ka. They would have lost the title of being the world's tallest roller coaster. Honestly, I'm not sure which manufacturer could even provide such a type of roller coaster. The only thing that can come to my mind is possibly Intamin, if they work with Intamin again, even though I know that Cedar Fair has like a bad relationship with Intamin, but Six Flags recently, you know, worked with Intamin with the ride coming to Six Flags Over Georgia. So maybe they will make amends with Intamin and make something awesome. Intamin has been making some really good multi-launch coasters recently, so it would be crazy for them not to work back together. Another company I could think of off the bat is probably Mock Rides. I haven't really seen much stuff from them, and with their recent coaster Voltron being open, I can see them doing like a multi-launch, something that's break records or whatever. I'm not sure what record is going to break, but I can see them doing something. Also, I can see Vekoma, because they're working, both companies before they merged did something together, you know, so I can definitely see them working with one of those three. Hell, maybe even B&M. B&M is not off the list because they have done launch coasters, but even though I doubt, they're probably the least likely to be the manufacturer for this ride, but you never know. The only thing we can do is wait and see. All right, so I'm here at Google Maps. I just want to show the area for those who may not know how Six Flags is laid out. So this here where I got pinned is Green Lantern. This area here is right here in front of the parking lot. And then Kingda Ka is like this entire long strip that's parallel, somewhat parallel to the parking lot. So all of this here, all of this is prime real estate right here. So this combined with this alone can do something. And let me zoom in so we can see the other attractions they're going to get rid of. So right here, let me zoom in. Right here is Twister. That's their flat ride they're getting rid of. And then this right here, Parachute. So let me zoom out. They're getting rid of all of this area here. So not only is going to be a record-breaking multi-launch roller coaster, it's going to be at the very front of the park. It's going to have a really good presence when you enter the park. So that's pretty good prime location in my opinion. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the future. You know, I mean, I get that, you know, Kingda Ka was an icon for the enthusiasts, for the coaster community, but you know what? It's time to move on. You know, I'm not mad at this at all, and I'm glad that I got my one ride back in 2015. So yeah, I'm looking forward to what they bringing. I wonder if it's gonna be like a gig or something. Maybe, who knows? Hopefully, it has to be. I feel like it has to be somewhere near the structure, near the stature of Kingda Ka for it to really stand out. But again, we will see in the future. Well, that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to give my thoughts, my official thoughts now that Kingda Ka is officially closed. Yeah, it's a sad thing, but you know, time moves on, and you know, I'm looking forward to what Six Flags Great Adventure is going to bring in the future, especially with this multi-launch coaster. I'm looking forward to news in the future. So let me know what you think about this news in the comments. Let me know what type of roller coaster you think they're going to bring over to Six Flags Great Adventure, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.